Good day everybody, welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I'll be your captain for today's test flight number 2. Hope you had a very nice Christmas, but if you do not like Christmas in particular, no problem at all. I wish you a lovely day every day for everybody leaving. So now that we got all the etiquettes out of the way, we're going to do a second test flight with the new Kodiak 100 for Microsoft Flight Simulator on the SimWorks Studios. Again we'll be going from Katmandu airport to the Lukla airport, and just because it's cool and it's nice to try and get the landing under control. That is one reason. Well, that's a very good reason. There is also another reason for a test flight, which is been having some issues with the Microsoft Flight Simulator crashing and everything. It seems to run stable for now, but you know, they do not call it Microsoft Troubleshoot Simulator for nothing. So yeah, so there's that. So I just figured let's see if we can do another flight, and hopefully we will not kick its ass too much. Running the FlyLive Studio for the overlay, running OBS for the streaming, running FSU IPC for the FlyLive Studio overlay. You know, well, I used to do this all the time, and it was actually fine. So it's not really clear what the issue was, but I reinstalled the entire thing a couple of times. Deleted all the residual folders that were left behind. It's crap programming, if you ask me. And once it runs fine. It's a really cool programming, you know. Don't get me wrong. Excuse me. So yeah. So here we are at the Lukla airport for today's flight. We chose not real world time and weather. We chose in the middle of the day. Actually, I think actually somewhere in the early morning. And clear skies, so we won't have any troubles with flying to Lukla and landing there and getting the approach done. So one more thing, actually, I was able to load up some cargo in the back, not too much, not too heavy, and there is actually 3 passengers there. So I figured out how to get it working. Here they are. They are not animating. They're just scared shitless, looking dead ahead. Excuse me, people. You adventurers going to Lukla. And here's all the cargo that we're bringing along for today's flight. So there is that. So let's just get this thing going. Where's the armrest? Goes right there. So we start up the master avionics. I get the yoke out of the way for a bit. Okay, so the system starting up. Fuel pumps, definitely need those, and I think yeah, that's that one there. No, let's not do that one. Let's set the flaps there to 20. So hopefully we'll get it off the ground, because we definitely got a little more weight than usual. Should not be too many problems, but well, I'm not too experienced in this aircraft at the moment, not yet. So let's try and start up the engines, get some lighting going. Let's also turn on the taxi lights for now. You don't really need cabin lights. Always like the instrument panel light and the CB, I don't know, control board, whatever. No, probably not. Not never really sure what CB stands for. I would assume something like cabin, but let's turn on some heating, vital heating left and right. So we got a running engine, that's good. We got the flaps, they're down. We got whiskey for Papa 812 on the side of the aircraft there. Let's see, engine inlet is set to norm. Still not really sure, I believe it's at the pilot's discretion. Obviously you need to know what you're doing. I do not fully. So we're going to, again going to do a direct waypoint. So we're going to Victor, November. Lima. And finally Kilo. Oops, switch direction, there we go. Here you go, Lukla, there it is. So we enter, activate, and we got our flight plan. It's a really simple flight plan, straight line. And obviously once we get closer to our destination we'll need to deviate to the south a little bit more, or to the south of our destination. Otherwise we'll just fly overhead, which is not what we want. We want to land in the Lukla airport. So we got that out of the way. Let's have a look. Let's get some oxygen supply inside and maybe also turn on air conditioning. You can actually start hearing it whirring. It's pretty cool. I always like those little details, you know. And there's the all-seeing eye here. Well, I just shot it. Oh, hello, over here. Yes, there you go. Yeah. Oh, he's not too interested. All right. I think we should be goodish to go. Let's get the yoke back. The airplane without the yoke is a little bit sad, isn't it? So I think we should be getting ready for taxiing. We're going to taxi, well, let's just start now. We're just going to taxi for a really short time, because we are already at the end of the runway here. It's to our left there. Yeah, so hopefully we do not crash ourselves, and even more, hopefully the flight simulator does not crash, because it has been doing quite a lot of that. Obviously, you know, did some troubleshooting there with regards to the drivers and making sure that the entire operating system of Windows is up to date. There wasn't too much actually, so not really sure what was going on. And even not completely sure that the problem has been solved, because, you know, it needs to be stable for a while. You know what I mean, until you can actually say, well, this is definitely stable now. Or as stable as it gets, because you will get crashes to the desktop every now and then anyway, but that's sort of, we already accepted it. Apparently that sometimes can happen. Okay, so here we are holding short. There is a vehicle at the runway. He's going to get into trouble if he stays there. So the landing lights, they can go on. And with regards to the autopilot, we're going to set an altitude of 17,000 feet. That will be our cruising altitude for today's flight. And then the Lukla approach, it's a really cool challenge. It's very rewarding when you land. But last landing it was sort of successful, but you know, it was a little bit of a messy approach. Okay, so the altitude is laid in. You can see it right here, in the top left of the screen, 17,000 feet. Do not click altitude, because if you do that, it's just going to maintain the altitude that we are at now, which is this. So that's ground level for 390. But instead, you click on the vertical speed, and then obviously you select a rate of climb. So let's start with I don't know, 900 feet per minute. Let's see. yaw damper is armed, vertical speed is armed, navigation is armed, but we will need to set the course deviation indicator to GPS, so that is going to follow the GPS now. I believe that should be it. Flight director, I can go on, my apologies. So we got the landing lights, so we got the flaps. Is everybody ready, boys and girls? Or boys and girl, and well, a whole bunch of batteries in there, or whatever it is that they're carrying. Probably should beer. Okay, there we are. Let's see if we survive the takeoff. So full power. So the aircraft does drift to the left a little bit while on the runway, but that is actually normal. So we're at full power, and it's beginning to take off on its own now. That's a little bit scary. Okay, so it's definitely drifting to the left still. It's not too pleasant. So let's just wait until we have good altitude going, and then we can disengage the flap. Trying to trim it a little bit to get some more stable. Oh, that doesn't look very stable, does it? Okay, so the flaps can go. There we go. I'm just quickly going to engage the autopilot now. And the aircraft is now going to turn and try to intercept the flight plan. We're going to climb to 70,000 feet with a rate of 1,000 feet per minute. The starter is on, so should I turn off the starter then? Let's have a look outside. I think it's a really cool airplane. So there's the city of Katmandu, and we got the moon in our backs again. It's always cool. Always like it when the moon comes and say hello, you know. Okay, so what we're looking at, speed 143 and climbing a little bit. Altitude is increasing as well. At this rate, we're looking at an estimated time en route of about 26 minutes. And I believe we may reduce the power just a little bit. And let's decrease our rate of climb also a little bit. Like such, something like that. I believe these windshields, the windscreens, sunscreens also sort of work. You can have them animated a little bit when you use the scroll wheel on your mouse. If you just go and click it, it will just shift from the one place to the other. So I prefer to do it with the mouse wheel. Okay, the airplane is turning to the right. So we're getting in line with the track that we're about to fly. So we could expect some wind turbulence here as soon as we get over these hills. Let's see if we can spot it happening. I mean, you can already see it a little bit. Can you imagine, man, living here on top of these hills? This is your view every day. So there's definitely some turbulence going on. Don't worry, everybody. It is nothing. Look, they're still just staring dead ahead. I wonder, do they look happy? Do they look worried? Let's not stare at them. Let's not be rude, shall we? It is a little bit rude to stare. So our en route time is now about 23 minutes, a little less. Yeah, and hopefully we'll get a good approach and a good landing. As I said, it's always quite a challenge to land there. And you know, it is very possible to set it down. I mean, I've crashed a million times there as well, and I've always set it down. I've always also set it down as well, but just to make it like smooth like butter, you know, like a perfect landing. That is always that's always a challenge. And yeah, so that's one of the reasons that I chose to fly this same routing again today, and just see if we can get it down. And it's also nice to just do it live, because there is an element of yeah, there's definitely an element of another challenge to it. And you know, I mean, I'm well aware that this where this channel is taking, you know, where this channel is situated, it is not very busy. To make an understatement here, it is like the outer reaches of the internet, where nobody really ever visits except my mother. But nonetheless, you know, it feels like a challenge, and it's also nice to look afterwards, to look back. So we're almost at 10,000 feet, so I think we could turn off the landing lights momentarily. And as I said earlier, actually surprised the sound level. I would expect the engine to sound like a lot louder in here. I'm not really sure why that is. If it's realistic or not. Well, let's bring back the yoke. It looks so sad. So the landing lights are turned off now, and I believe the taxi lights can also go off as well. And we got about 19 minutes to go. Distance about 53 nautical miles. So let's see what sounds we can get out of the guitar. not too inspired at the moment, so just put it away and have a sip of the cold. Okay, so what we're looking at, we're still climbing. We're climbing through 12,300 feet. We got a little to go and we'll reach 17,000 feet. Speed appears to be dropping a little bit, not too much. Let's have a look. There are definitely some more options here. I haven't really. I mean, this is just the one of the Garmin, obviously one of the Garmin GPS systems that come equipped with most modern aircraft. I'm not too familiar with them. So you got your COM. Mic, so it's probably input-output, if you will. PA system speaker. So you can engage the ME. I would assume this is a sound output, so that you can hear the Morse code, for instance. Could maybe have a look. See if we can test this. So what's the VOR named that we just leave behind us? Can we see it here anywhere? Kilo Alpha mic. Maybe I'm a little bit too quick there. We'll need to know the frequency for Kilo Alpha mic. Could try the Navigraph charts. Let's get this thing going. Kilo Alpha mic, Katmandu. Decimal 20 or 113.20. And we swap them. Let's see. Oh, this is only in F2. So let's put this. Let's see how we do this. 113, and then we swap it to 113.20. No. Katmandu, that's it, so that's there. Okay, I can definitely hear the beeping, but it's very faint. Not sure if you can hear it on your end, really. It appears to stay gone, so when I click it, and then it starts coming back. But this sounds really low, and I believe it's actually an issue with Microsoft Flight Simulator for some reason. Most of these DME audio signals, they are extremely low in output. Yeah, but we could see maybe there is a way that we can control it in this aircraft to some extent, so that we could maybe like turn up the sound for that or something. Nav1 would actually then be the same in this case. What does the auxiliary do? No, but we won't need it. Now what else do we have? Volume. Let's see if we play around with this. This one should be for the pilot. I'm not sure to which speaker this is referring. I do not believe this is working. Okay. So we got our autopilot panel going on there. So we got the volume for the radio stack, and here then it's the volume. Yeah, but it's already at 100. So the option is there. You can actually. So can you actually also turn it down? It looks like, but that's just way sad. See the NG there, going back to 102. Could be that we are now on level flight. Not yet. TWS test. Really? Okay, let's turn off the DME. And let's reduce the power a little bit more. So basically we're at the top of our climb and we should start thinking about our descent already. Let's zoom in a little bit more. We will at some stage deviate to this point here. For now, let's stay on the course a little bit longer. We're at our altitude now. You can customize the horizontal situation indicator. I think I prefer the 361. Well, so you can turn on the bearing. Nice that you have it here in your primary flight display, displayed like that. Sure. Okay, so we're flying towards that mountain there. I do not really want it no longer. So we click the heading button and then we turn to the right about 130 degrees. and we tell the autopilot to now follow the heading, and then you see the aircraft starts turning to the right. So I believe you are now on sort of medium settings. I must confess I'm a little bit lost, because you know, I've been trying so hard to do all kinds of stuff, trying to troubleshoot some issue. There is a really nice add-on that I've been starting to use. You can download it from the flightsim.to website. It is called MSFS, for Microsoft Flight Simulator Add-ons Linker. In really short, I mean, it has a lot of options, but in short what it does is it makes sure you have the original community folder empty. It's always empty, but it's linking internally through the windows. It's internally linking to that community folder. But then what you can do is you make your own folder somewhere else, for instance straight on your C drive or wherever you would like, and you will call that like something, for instance a custom community folder or whatever. You basically link the two together using that program, and from there you can select which mods that you would like to import into the flight sim and which not. So each time you load up your flight sim, it does not have to load up all the liveries for aircraft that you might not even be using that time, or maybe at all, or most of the times you might not be using, you know. So that's already some that's already some more convenience, and perhaps in some cases could maybe enhance somewhat overall stability, you know. And if you need to troubleshoot with regards to a mod, then your life gets made a lot easier, because you can now, for instance, create a couple of different folders, you know, like a folder for the liveries and a folder for the aircraft, and you can even in the liveries folder you can make subfolders for the A32X or for the PMDG DC6, etc., and so on. And you can even put regions in there, whatever you want, you know, sky's the limit. But yeah, so just check it out. Maybe if you haven't heard of it, maybe you would like it. I think I'm liking it so far. This is the first time actually that I'm running the flight sim with it engaged. I believe the only thing I loaded up was the A321X and then all the liveries for it. And you just do it by simple click. I want this whole folder with liveries for the A321X, and I want only this aircraft loaded in, you know. This one, actually, we're flying now, this is, I believe this was installed automatically in the community folder. I believe you did not have a choice, or I simply did not choose to uninstall it and to see if it gives you the option in the installer. I really forgot. But with some of the payware, they do not give you the option, but some do. But at least it's already it's a lot more stable in that sense, because now the community folder is not, you know, it's not as cluttered. Usually it could be like easily like 30 gigabytes in there, you know, and everything is like with the file names that the developers gave it, and it can get a little bit messy really quick. Okay, so you see the arrow there pointing to Victor November Lima Kilo, so we're getting really close. So let's have a look at where are we now. So let's start our descent, because I think things are going to change really quickly now. So I'm going to set an altitude of 11,000 feet. Because I'm talking and talking. Vertical speed, and let's descend with 500 feet per minute. And that's got a little bit of the power there. Let's stay on this course for a little bit longer. Maybe zoom in here a little. We should consider turning to the left real soon, I think. see, 91, track 126. Does it tell us the bearing? It should be about 30 degrees, so maybe just do that, just dial in 30. Or actually, just line these two up, sort of. What I mean is the blue heading bug with the blue arrow there, which is pointing to our destination, and go a little bit more to the left, and the rest we will just need to eyeball. We should probably go left a little more. What is our altitude? Well, descending a little slow. Yeah, so we may actually be already too late. What I will do, disengage the autopilot. There you go. And we trim it down. And we reduce a lot of the power for now. Don't worry, people. Everything is under control. Not to worry. I hope they did not hear the fear in my voice. So we really got to reduce speed now, because we risk overstressing the aircraft. So put in a little bit more flaps, hopefully we create some more drag. And it seems to be working. Altitude is about 13,800 feet, in fact, yes. Could perhaps even see the airfield from here. I think it could be there, but not really sure now. Yeah, it could be. As long as you just stay to the left, that's a good beginning. We're still descending, so let's quickly zoom in a little bit more. Like that. And let's decrease our rate of descent a little bit more as well. Well, let's not go too crazy here. Oh well, maybe we should go a little bit crazy. What do you think? I'm going flaps full now. There's a runway. So we want to stay at around 10,000 feet. Thank you. Okay, try and stay here. Now we need a little bit more speed and try to remain at 85 knots. Flying towards this mountain, but it's fine. It's precisely what we want. Reducing speed a little bit. We're at 88, 87 knots of airspeed. The clicking that you hear is me adjusting the vertical trim in an amateuristic attempt to stay on some sort of vertical descent profile. So now we are lining up with the runway. Speed's picking up, so reducing speed. Man, this is always exciting. We're drifting to the left a little bit, and we're getting a little low. So we're dedicated now. There is no turning around. It's we crash or we land. That's how it is. Speed is fine, 83. It's a little bit low. A little more power to the engine. Here we go, people. Engine idle. Oh, oh, easy there, easy, easy. Oh my God. Oh, no, it's not too pretty, not too pretty at all. We are down, but do not ask me how. All right. Anyway. Oh, what's this car doing here, man? Please get out of the way. Okay, don't look, don't look. Look the other side, like our big hero 320 sim pilot always does. I think it's very clever of him. Okay, welcome to Lukla Airport, everybody. Looks like we sort of survived, except maybe some what's it called? PTSD, PTSS. Always forget, but the post-traumatic stress syndrome or disorder. Well, it's a good thing that in the beginning of the flight they were also looking like this, so you know, maybe they knew, they saw me drinking at the bar before I got into the aircraft. Who knows? Okay, so here we are, and let's just see how to do this. Can we only, oh no, we have only one engine. Arkady, stop confusing yourself. Okay, so we are at idle. So basically what we'll do is we'll open the door. Let's see if we can do a turnaround. It could be cool. Excuse me, people. Hottie coming through. Hottie coming through. So I was just going through this. This is sort of how they do it at this airport. Basically, the aircraft will stop, because usually, you know, when planes are coming in, there's only like 4 parking places. So usually they just land, load, unload, and load, and then they go again. And in the meantime, there might be 2 or more planes coming and going. So that's precisely what we're going to do. So let's just open up the fuel box there, and let's get rid of these passengers. And let's get rid of this cargo. And yeah, let's just pick up some cargo only for the return flight. Maybe that's cool. Let's see. Let's say 100 pounds there and 100 pounds there. What's that going to look like? Sure, it's fine. We're doing the dirty laundry flight, everybody. So passengers are gone. What is this? I'm disoriented. This looks really weird. I do not like this at all. Let's go stand over here then. Okay. Close this one, and we close this one. Can I lock the other? Yes, I can. Okay. So we're going back to Katmandu. So what we'll do, it would be nice if you could just say, just return now. But we cannot, so we will just do a direct waypoint. So Victor, November. Kilo Tango. There you go. When we click the enter button, activate. There you go. And we also got the VOR in there now as well. That's actually pretty cool because we were playing around with it earlier. And so really nobody wants to come. So it's just dirty diapers and dirty laundry. No problem. We do what we are supposed to be doing. see, can we go backwards in this thing? I believe we should be able to. There you go. Okay, so that works. Oh, apologies. Let's do that again. Oops, that was a little bit scary. Okay, and obviously there is no other traffic coming, but it's good practice, so just remind yourself and just always check. Okay, so let's fly back now, just like they do in the real life. Okay, so let's double check. Could have turned on the landing lights before landing. What do you think? Let's turn them on now then. Nobody saw, I hope. So the flaps are set to 20%. We still have fuel. Whereas the fuel quantity, yes, we definitely will have fuel. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything, but very likely I am. At least we got the cargo in the back. All the dirty laundry from the people here at Lukla. Okay, so let's just get going. So what I saw, let me just stop here for a second. But I was watching a video of an aircraft actually flying to and from here. What I saw this one pilot do, he drove all the way back to where we are, actually more near to the numbers 24 I believe, and he went full power and then he let go, which to me seems you're going to run into a problem when you're suddenly going downhill. But no, nonetheless, I do want to try. So that's exactly what I'm doing. The aircraft will start beeping at us for a little bit probably. No, it does not yet. So let's go with the brakes, and here we go. Try to stay on the center line. See, that's what I mean. It's a little scary, and now we're going to crash. Yeah, but that's what I mean. So I should have trusted myself here, and not something that they do in real life. That's a shame. It would have been fun to fly back. I was actually ready, but that's a shame. But no problem. It was fun and we landed. And thank you everybody for checking. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the crash and the fireworks. Yeah. See you next time. Thank you very much for checking. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and be well. And see you next time. Bye bye.